check. There we go. All right, you guys, you ready to knock into this thing?
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys, welcome to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today, I believe this is episode 101, I think. So, you guys are first part of the new era. Welcome in Supper Club. This is the full band, right? There's no other members, correct?
Yeah, just us.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you guys for coming in, man. Where you guys are based out of Birmingham or Auburn?
So we formed in Auburn, and now we live in Birmingham, and they live in Nashville, and then we meet up to practice in Birmingham.
Is that tough, that distance, or no?
Yeah, it's kind of tough, but not too bad.
Like doable, kind of?
Yeah, very doable.
Interesting. I imagine you're not practicing as much as you used to, right?
Yeah.
You're road dogging it, right? That's practice enough, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And when did you guys start kind of doing the whole music thing, man? I've been hearing about you guys for a little while. I think maybe the first time I heard of you guys was either the Plains, like what's the guy's name? Branch. You guys know Branch, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Branch might have mentioned you guys, either that or it was Preston Hall mentioned you guys. We were talking about the thing going on at Bama, Auburn. He mentioned you guys. And then the Davis Buckabee guy was like, Supper Club's best band we had. I was like, word. And then Wyatt, we played in Statesboro and at Blue Room, and we were just like in some fraternity house at like 3 a.m., just like me, him, and Preston, just like chilling in some guy's room, taking off drinking. He's like, dude, you want to hear the new Supper Club? I was like, yeah, you played me a little bit, man. It's hush hush though. I can't tell you guys about it. But anyways, tell me kind of when you guys got started. When does this whole thing start for you? How does the band come to be? Is this the current lineup, the past lineups, any of that stuff? Give me the summary right quick, I guess.
So it was like 3 years ago, almost exactly.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny. But
that's awesome.
The three of us, Jackson, me, and Billy, have been playing music since like we were in the 7th grade almost.
Damn. Okay.
I've known both of them all my life.
Uh-huh.
And then we met
Down
Griffin.
Down there on the end.
We met Griffin. I met Griffin in college first. And then we started playing music together.
Where'd you guys go to college at?
We all went to Auburn.
I went to Auburn. Okay, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think of you guys like an Auburn band, so that's why I ask. So would you consider yourself Auburn Band, or is it kind of?
I would say so.
Like we've always like played more shows in like Opelika, which is like
30 minutes out, right?
It's like 15 to 20 minutes out.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of like where we had our first like legit shows that like people were like calling us to be like, hey, you want to play or open for this band coming through?
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so Opelika has kind of been like our spiritual home.
They're kind of thought about as the same thing though, right? Like
you
pretty much like you say Auburn, you could mean Opelika, right?
Yes.
Interesting. Yes. And you guys start, I assume, it's that year, right? 2019 is when you would have started? Okay.
Exactly.
And so you three have been playing together. You joined the band. It's like, all right, we're going to hit the road. We're going to write some songs. Like, what starts happening there at the beginning?
We just like started jamming.
like that face. He's like we started jamming on some tunes.
Yeah, like my room at my old house in Auburn had like a drum set in it, and then like a PA system, and then like my bed was in the corner. Sick. And we just go up there and like jam out for like hours.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, and then once we had like a pretty good cover set and like some originals that we'd written independently at that point, we like just scheduled a show with some of our friends from Mississippi State.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, Undergrad and the Conditions. They're like kind of like a...
Never heard of them.
Yeah, they're like a kind of pop punk band, but they're so sick.
Interesting. Okay, so you just like immediately started playing. Was there like any conversations like, let's do this shit full time, or was it just like, let's just play some tunes?
It just kind of snowballed a little bit. Like we were like, oh, I guess we need to write some music, and then we started playing that stuff, and then we were like, guess we need to record it now.
Yeah, we recorded our first songs like 3 months after we started.
Oh wow, that's quick, man.
It was always like, let's just record some music.
Yeah,
that was always the point for us.
Was it very easy for you guys to write at the beginning? I mean, I guess you just jamming a lot, it just kind of happens, right? Or was it tough to figure it out?
It's evolved a lot, because when I first joined the band, I'm not the original drummer either.
You basically are the original.
Like, we all got a couple members.
But when I first came in, the three of them had all written a song separately. They all trade off singing lead.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. It was like 3 different personalities. And then about a year in, we started writing together.
Okay.
And the first EP was kind of all of our ideas coming together. So it's evolved as we've gone on. It's become more and more collaborative, and
sweet.
It's kind of jamming things out.
But. Yeah, that's awesome. And I guess what I'm trying to find out is like when you first start writing, like you guys are just trying to put some tunes out, just so you have like a medium to show people, or like the goal from day one was like, let's play as many originals as we can?
That was the goal, and also like when you're starting out, it's like 3-hour sets.
Yeah,
you know,
it's tough.
So it's like, oh, we got to write this to fill, because we never wanted to be a cover band.
Yeah,
like that was just never the goal. And we were a cover band for a while.
Oh yeah, you kind of have to. The 3 hours.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't just come out of the gate with 3 hours of originals unless you're really good.
Well, no one's gonna listen. to it.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have some tough crowds.
So it's always been trying to like sneak what we want to play into our sets.
I glanced through the set list playlist on Spotify. I was like, whoa, some cuts in there, man. Like Sweet Virginia, a few other songs. I was like, shit, you guys play all those live?
Yeah,
used to, maybe.
That's like the full set list of what we've ever played.
Okay, gotcha.
If we ever need to pull anything from that, we go.
Yeah, search through. I saw some good ones in there. I was like, whoa, these are some sick songs that I wouldn't have expected. Yeah, it was really cool. So you guys start playing these sets. How does the first show go? Pretty good? Said you're opening for another band, right?
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah?
It was like so we had this like massive stage set up. It was like it felt really big at the time. It was like wooden pallets, but it was
frat
like,
pallet.
Yeah. But it was in my backyard, and we like had like the PA set up and everything.
Yeah,
and then during sound check at like 7, we got a noise complaint.
It's gonna be a rough night.
Yeah, and we're like, and there's like a ton of people coming, just like friends that just want to have a good time.
Oh,
and
that's
then
the worst.
we were like, oh gosh, we gotta like audible this real quick. And then luckily some friends that had another house had like a little stage in the backyard, or maybe we brought the stages or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but then we just played a show in the backyard, and it was sick.
went pretty smoothly.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Was there a significant feeling like, damn, fellas, we might better do this thing, or no?
Yeah,
kind of?
I mean,
I think for sure.
It was definitely a success. Like, don't like watching those videos. Like,
There's some bad moments.
Are there?
Oh boy,
it felt good.
Oh man!
At the time, but going back, it's like
it felt pretty magical though. Like,
Did it?
I remember like people coming up after and like that was so good. And we were all like, oh,
Sweet.
okay, yeah.
like we really stumbled our way through that one.
I love that, man. Well, yeah, that's pretty sick. And this was in Auburn, right? Is that what you meant? And was it weird? I mean, I guess there's not. I mean, how many Auburn bands do you think there is? 10, maybe?
maybe less, probably less.
So
well, there's different levels of Auburn bands. There's there's like the people that kind of like dip into the frat circuit, like doing all those shows, and then there's like kind of the more punk bands and like indie bands that
Didn't
are
know
in
that.
Auburn. Yeah, like there's a really good band called Make Sure.
Make Sure.
It's like acoustic, but like really like well composed music. Yeah, we love Make Sure, but that's not that like compatible with like frat stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm wondering is there's not really a template for you guys like from Athens. Like there's 80 bands, it's like, all right, I could just ask one of the bigger bands, which is what I did, and figure it out kind of. So like, was there any like confusion at start, like what should we be doing kind of stuff?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time?
Big learning curve.
Word.
When we started, I don't think there were really like any bands, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because that was probably like 6 months before like the Stews.
Pre-Stews?
Before then, there was like
pre-Stews.
Bobby Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Bobby Rock and Roll was.
But he was about to be gone.
Not a lot of bands try to tour out
Make
of Auburn.
Sure.
I'll say that. That was kind of a
Interesting.
new territory, trying to be a band from Auburn and playing outside.
Yeah.
We not a lot of people were doing that at the time.
It's kind of
So,
strange,
figuring
isn't it?
out.
It seems like, there's only a couple bars to play, I guess, right? It'd be like, 1716, Southeastern, Sky Bar, if you're a little bigger, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of a house show scene, too.
The house
but-
show thing's a lot. It seems like the fraternity scene is really strong out there, right?
Mhm.
Is that kind
Yeah,
of where
it
you guys
is.
cut your teeth at, I guess?
Yeah, there, and then like 17, 16.
Yeah.
Like
Word.
Moe's Barbecue.
Moe's
was-
Barbecue,
Those were
the
the
barbecue
best
joint.
shows. It was just
Really?
loud and like
Yeah.
packed. Yeah, just like everyone's just packed into this tiny area.
Interesting. Well, that's cool, man. And how long into this thing do you guys kind of start touring? I guess maybe even like tri-state, you know what I mean? When does that start happening? Pretty quick, pretty long, like,
I'd say about a year after,
yeah?
something like that.
Was that
Because the pandemic hit.
Oh, true.
Right when we started kind of getting going,
Yeah.
like pandemic hit.
Okay.
So then we
Perfect
just started
timing.
writing.
Yeah, that killed a lot of bands. So good for y'all for making it through, man.
Yeah.
Good for y'all.
Yeah, we were right under where it would have been bad.
Yeah.
Like where we're just about to like start going.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, we can just like write some songs.
How many songs do you think you came out of that era with? You know what I mean? Like how many?
That's
tunes?
where we didn't take advantage of COVID.
Yeah.
What?
I think we came out with 2 songs.
Let's go. Grinding, brothers.
But we spent a lot of time on
Yeah.
those 2 songs.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're starting. You got to figure out your sound and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You know, figure out what you want to do. Everything's a little
Yeah.
more serious. You know, I guess. Or it's
Yeah.
like, this has got to be it. This is our first single. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that kind of stuff. And when do you guys start putting music out? Before that or after that?
Right
Before
before.
that.
Before that.
So
And what's the name of the? Is
No.
it singles? Right? What were they called? Was one Muddy Pass?
Yeah, Muddy
Yeah.
Pass. Muddy Pass was for the EP, but we put
That was
out.
after.
We put out Naked Gold,
I like that one. That was really catchy.
Bounce,
And Petty Cash.
Like
Petty Cash. Yeah.
right at the big.
Somebody different is singing on Petty Cash, right? I was like, that's definitely not the same singer. So I was glad. I want to check. And you said that you 3 sing, right? Is that what I
Yeah,
heard?
yeah.
Those 3? Awesome. Like taking turns on lead, or how does that work? Or
Yeah, like the newest album that we've been recording in Charleston, it'll be like I'll do a verse and then Griffin will do a chorus or vice versa.
Sick. That's awesome.
Or like throw in a bridge and someone
Yeah.
else will do the bridge.
Awesome. You guys do like the 3-way harmony thing ever? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Love that. So
Yeah.
tasty. Hard to do too. So props to you. Props to you.
It's
Hats off, man. How do you guys like having a bunch of singers in the band? Is it nice to like you guys' voices ever get too shot, or like you know what I mean? Like you kind of have a break, right?
Yeah, no, it's like that's honestly because when we were recording yesterday
Yeah.
at 1093, it would be like we'd get through like the songs that are kind of tough to sing or that
Yeah.
strain your voice a little bit. Then I'd be like, okay, it's Griffin singing now.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm good for
heck
some.
Yeah,
Can
it's
recover. You'd be
super
amazed
nice.
at how much that 3 minutes will help. You know, when your throat's tired and shit, it's like, damn, that was real recovery right there.
Yeah.
And you can walk off stage sometimes if you need to, like fix
Yeah.
the sound or something while the other guy's singing. I don't know if you ever do that, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
just
I don't
chill
know.
out for a little bit.
yeah. I don't know how the one singer bands do it. You know what I mean? Can you imagine just singing for 3 hours straight with no song breaks in between? I personally can't. I don't know. Interesting.
No.
But like, I guess what I'm trying to find out as well is like, how did you guys? Was there like any conversations at the start of like, all right, we're gonna be this kind of band. We're gonna do the 3-way harmony things. We're gonna like, this sounds what we're going for. Like, is there like vibe conversations? I guess maybe.
It's always been our tastes and then
Uh-huh.
just trying to like plug them in when we're writing songs. So
Word.
I think like everything's like I said snowball earlier, but it's really just like snowballed. And then like I think one of us will find a band and like show it to each other.
Yeah.
And then that'll be like, oh, I love this band.
Yeah.
And then like we just naturally will like get inspiration from those kind of things.
Gotcha.
So it's very organic and it's
Yeah.
just we all 4 write every song. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So
You guys ever have any stuff get written where it's like, oh, this doesn't fit the vibe, or it's like you guys kind of know when it's right? I guess, sort of.
I think both.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that we really like and
Yeah.
don't end up making the cut.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's to be expected. I guess.
Mhm.
yeah.
I guess what I don't know how I'm trying to ask it, but like, what genre would you consider yourself? I guess that's a good way to lead into it. I know this is a tough question. We can answer individually or together, either way.
I'll say this. I have a list
Uh-oh.
on my notes app of every band that people have said we sound like, and it is.
Let me see it. Let's hear it. I want to hear. I'm curious.
Yeah, we
Can
kind
you
of
grab my phone over there?
I would have said, or at least some of the vibes I got on them was like Sticky Fingers, Stones, like the
Okay.
Wild
Yeah.
Horses and like Sweet Virginia tracks, kind of, but like
Yeah.
not the same vocals.
Yeah, I
obviously,
think
you know what I
lately
mean?
our sound has gone a lot more that
Yeah?
route. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it was like not country, but like not like maybe some folk elements almost, but like kind of like that southern rock thing too, though.
Yeah.
There's
like a
always
lot of
something
little
a little
things.
vintage about our sound that we
Oh,
try, that
definitely.
we try to go for.
Definitely, but it's the production sound clean though. It's like it's not like you guys are like fully trying to like sound like the 70s or something. Like it's
Yeah.
like sounds very modern as well, in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to describe, as you know.
I'll give you some.
Give me
weird ones.
some tasters.
We got Young the Giant, Grateful Dead,
Okay.
Hippocampus,
Mm-hmm.
Allman Brothers,
Could hear that.
Pavement,
Huh.
Replacements.
Huh.
I'm, you know, it's, yeah. Some of you are like, oh,
keep
cool,
going.
cool.
We got Babe Rainbow,
What?
The Beatles,
Okay.
My Morning Jacket,
Yes.
Allman Brothers, and Kings of Leon.
Kings of Leon.
These don't make any sense.
I don't know.
It makes us get off stage and be like, "What are we doing?"
You guys, maybe,
We'll just get a dude yelling like at us from up front, like, "You guys sound exactly like blank," and we're like,
really?
"Do you know them?"
We're like, I've never. Yeah, it's like I don't know who that is.
Interesting, man. Well, do you guys have anybody like let's go around the table and say maybe like favorite bands that you've looked up to or like inspired to sound like. You guys want to do that? One each, maybe? It'd be cool.
Sure.
Anybody in particular?
Probably the Eagles.
Love it. One of these nights. Great band. You ever seen the documentary on them, like the 3-hour long one?
Yeah, dude.
What a masterpiece. What a masterpiece, man.
Probably My Morning Jacket.
Ooh, so you're happy with that
I was
list.
very happy that we
Okay,
got that.
sweet.
That like made my day. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
This is a hard one for me.
It's tough,
I'm
man.
gonna go.
He's going to defer.
All right, I think recently the Beatles have been just
Word.
like
Yeah.
one of my biggest influences.
I can
Just-
see that because there was like one of you guys' song that was like maybe like 2.5 minutes long. Maybe it was Naked Gold or one of those. Which one's really short?
Naked Gold.
I think so.
short,
I was
yeah.
like, kind of surprisingly short there. I don't know. It's like a Beatles thing.
Yeah.
you know?
No,
quick arrangement, I guess.
Yeah, we actually recorded 3 of the songs like in a row, and they're
Okay.
like 2 minute, 2 minute, then like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But they're all like just feed into each other.
Gotcha.
And that was kind of taken from that like Abbey Road,
Yeah,
like
the-
the short song.
What do they call it? The fucking, what do you call it when 3 songs are melted together?
We call it the Trilogy.
The Trilogy.
Medley.
The medley.
Yes,
That's what I
medley.
was looking for. Yeah, the famous medley.
We're a medley band.
Love that. Love that. Interesting.
Yeah.
You ready for your answer right here? You're going to completely defer.
I won't completely defer.
Okay.
I'll say His Golden Messenger.
I've never listened to him. Should
They're
I?
amazing. It's
His-
like folk rock, and live they got. I think they're like the best jam band in the world.
Really? You guys
But,
have any
That's
like?
dramatic.
You guys ever consider yourself in the jam space, or you guys ever space out? I've never seen you guys live, so I don't really know.
So that's we started off playing a lot of jam band based music kind
Uh-huh,
of, but
uh-huh.
quickly we did not want to be
Gotcha.
a jam band. Hence,
Yeah,
our
kinda-
motto early on was "We're not a jam band."
That was the Instagram bio.
Yeah.
That was for a while. Yeah,
Now it's that same thing, but in Spanish.
we've evolved a little bit.
Interesting. What's the reasoning behind that? Was there like a certain like maybe like you had songs you want to get across, I guess, or like the really long guitar solos didn't do it for you, that kind of stuff, or like taking songs to other spaces wasn't your thing, or
It was kind of out of necessity at the beginning.
Okay.
Like, we just didn't have a lot of songs, and so
Uh-huh.
to stretch out 3 hours, you just jam for 8 minutes on each
yeah,
song.
understood. So-
we just kind of grew out of it
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah, and it got to the point where you're like, I'd love to be filling this space with like good songs, you know,
Yeah.
rather than like just like
Trying to make something out of this one song.
yeah.
Rather
Yeah.
than Fire on the Mountain for 12 minutes.
Oh
You
my
know.
gosh, classic jam.
The rite of
Classic.
passage.
I know what you mean though, man, because it's like I don't know. Sometimes the long jams feel very self-serving per se. You know what I mean? Like you could be lost in it, but like everybody else, is like, damn, I'd love to hear some choruses right now. You know what I mean? It's like I get it. A chorus would be cool, or a verse even.
Any other chord other than A and G.
Pentatonic.
Yeah.
What do you? When people ask you though, what genre do you guys say you are? Is it?
I've been saying recently indie classic rock.
Oh, sick. Okay,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see that. I can see that. There's
'Cause-
definitely the classic thing going on.
Yeah, and we definitely like listen to a ton of just like indie music, I guess,
Uh-huh.
in general. Which I feel like indie's like everything now.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
honestly.
put a name on it or a number. Yeah.
Yeah, but we love like just classic rock, like 60s
Uh-huh.
and 70s, like psychedelic rock too. And so just like modern that.
Yeah.
With, like some indie.
Understood. It's such a tough question, you know. It's so hard to explain, you know. When you guys start making these songs and putting them out, what's the response like? When is it like immediate, like getting people listening, or is it like slow burn kind of thing, or how did it go? You know.
Our first single like did super well.
Yeah?
That was like Naked Gold.
Yeah.
Like it was like
I love that one. That was a good song.
Yeah, that one's it's so fun to play.
Yeah.
But we put that on Spotify and it just immediately like kind of like blew up. Not like massive, but
Yeah.
it was still like more streams than we knew we would ever
That's awesome.
Thinking
get.
back on the earlier conversation, that was kind of a big reason why we continued at first as much as we did, I think, because we put out those songs for fun, and then Naked Gold did pretty well. We're like,
Yeah.
damn, we should maybe do a band.
Maybe this is a thing. Maybe this
Yeah.
is a thing. Where does
Yeah.
the name come from? I'm curious about the name. Like
Supper
somebody
Club?
told me one time. Is this like an Auburn thing?
This one's a Billy question.
It's my redemption shot.
Let's
So our name comes from, there's an old venue in Auburn called the War Eagle Supper Club that a bunch of bands that we kind of looked up to went through.
Yeah,
a while
Widespread
ago.
Panic, right?
Yeah, I think
Somebody
so.
told me the story. I can't remember who though. That it's a place, but continue on.
It was pretty cool, but it shut
Yeah.
down like 10 years ago or so.
Okay.
And we thought it'd just be cool to carry on the name
Yeah,
since
that's
we're
awesome.
from Auburn. A lot of people already knew the name, so
Yeah,
yeah,
Mhm.
very cool.
that's where we got it from.
Give him the
it.
thumbs up. Maybe it was Branch that told me that story. Somebody mentioned it. The Widespread Panic had played this place called Supper Club in Auburn.
Yeah.
There's been a ton of bands go
Yeah?
through there.
Mm.
back
Well, it
in
seems
the
like
day.
Auburn's got like the low key history. You know, like what do you guys think about it right now?
Totally.
It seems like something's happening over there. You got a couple bands coming through.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
obviously Stews and you guys are really killing it right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, the low key. It is a super low key history.
Yeah.
And there's a guy named Richard that lives in Opelika that helps
Okay.
book for like Standard Deluxe.
Standard Deluxe. I never heard of it.
It's like one of the coolest music venues in the Southeast.
Okay.
It's like a compound in Waverly, Alabama.
What?
And that's where we played with like the Future Birds there.
Oh, sick.
And he's seen like His Golden Messenger and like
yeah.
just a ton of really good bands go through
Yeah.
there. And it's so cool. But I think with that so close to Auburn, and then Richard, who just books really good bands in Opelika,
Uh-huh.
it just has a low key music thing going.
Yeah,
on.
like there's something there, you know.
There
Interesting.
definitely is.
Interesting. That's exciting. I've been kind of stoked about it. Like I've been just
Yeah, it's
thinking
cool.
about like this new town with some bands coming out, or at least I mean not new town, you know, like but like to me it's new. I'm like, damn. I mean, Snooze are murdering. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, good
Holy
lord, like they
shit.
are
Yeah,
rolling, you know. So it's like, damn, that might be a
Yeah.
thing out there.
They are killing it. And like even we played there and had like an opener, and you can tell
Yeah.
that like more bands are like getting into
Coming through?
playing rock and stuff. And
I mean, it can only get bigger. I mean, you guys, Stews and Plains, and everybody keeps killing. Like, I mean, that'll just like snowball into like other little bands. You know, I think it makes sense. Like, cause like you guys go play like Clemson and Columbia and stuff, and they'll be like, yeah, we got 2.5 bands here. It's like, how is that possible? You know what I mean?
it's like all
How is that
DJs.
possible? Yeah. I guess another thing that's weird about it is like you guys don't really have to focus on Auburn, if that makes sense. Like you guys probably don't play Auburn very much, do you? Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to, right? Because same bars, same crowds, kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because like Athens bands can like very much still focus on Athens and do it once a month, pretty much.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
Athens bands play in Athens once every 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
And you can play somewhere different once every 2 weeks for a whole semester, you know. So it's interesting, but I noticed like you guys and like Stu's like almost never play Auburn, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's really easy to oversaturate.
Yeah, I could see that. Did you find it easier at the start though? Like because of the lack of bands, it was like you guys could not automatically, but like maybe a quicker route to like having a following was like because you guys are one of the only bands in town to see, perhaps maybe.
I think so.
Definitely.
Probably.
Yeah?
That had to help.
People didn't have another choice.
Yeah, it's
Band.
and how do the crowds react out there? Because I know we go to some towns and they're a little wilder. Like I would consider, I don't know how much Clemson stuff you guys have done, but they're a little rowdy.
Dude, we love Clemson.
They're rowdy.
we
bro.
played
They
Loose
are-
Change last week.
I love Loose Change, bro.
Dude, it was just wild.
It's
yeah.
a mess in there, but I love it.
It
I
is.
love
Yeah,
it.
no, it is. It's
Because
so
they don't
fun.
have any bands, so when a band comes through, they're like, "Holy shit, this is a band!" You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
And like, I was wondering if Auburn's kind of like that or no, similar.
not
Not as
really.
I don't
much.
think
Not as
so.
much.
Not as
Okay,
much.
interesting.
Because Auburn like loves live music and they're like great crowd, but it kind of needs to be like a social event in some
Okay.
areas. Yeah,
What do you mean by that? Like people go to talk, kind of, or
like
hang?
or like get the friends to go, and then you
Okay.
get like, and then they'll have like the best show ever. But it's like
Interesting.
you got to make it, and I think that's like we've always been such like a community focused band, like all of us
Uh-huh.
writing, like just our music. It's like we love making friends with everyone that we
Yeah.
can, and just like so. Then once we do shows around the country, we have like friends in every city that we
Yeah.
can like text and hang out
be
with.
on with, yeah.
So I think that might be an Auburn thing where it's like you'll go if you're like, hey, y'all want to go, and then
Yeah.
they, like no one just like shows up alone to like.
Gotcha.
Whereas I feel
Yeah.
like here it's just like people just will be like, oh, bands are playing, like
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going, no
It's
matter
crazy.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you guys don't have necessarily like an original venue too, right? You don't have anywhere where there's 3 band bills, like
No.
45-minute sets,
No,
3 rock bands playing, right?
no, there's like no venues.
Interesting. So that might be part of it, you know. A lot of people are just there in the bar to drink per se, right?
Yeah,
I guess,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And
There used to be one venue.
Yeah.
It was a bar, Bourbon Street, but
Bourbon Street.
it closed down during COVID. But
I remember that place.
Yeah.
TM used to play there.
yeah,
You guys ever
saw
heard
like
of
the
it?
Weeks there,
Yeah.
Whiskey Myers.
I thought it was the same. Oh, that's awesome, brother. That's
St.
sick.
Paul and the Broken
I thought it was the same place.
Oh yeah,
as
Jason Isbell
Sky
played
Bar
there.
is. I thought that was Sky Bar, and they just renamed it.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. You guys ever done Sky Bar? I guess Sky Bar is like the touring spot in town, like where all the touring cover bands come through, right?
but it's more of a cover band kind of
Yeah,
place.
for sure. It's a big old place, right? From what I hear.
Huge.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it packs out.
Yeah, I believe it. I guess let's keep moving on. This Auburn shit's interesting to me though, because like I don't know, something about it. I find it. I'm surprised that you guys say it's. I mean, not as rowdy, but like, would you say Clemson's like they get rowdier? Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like
In our experience.
yeah,
But Auburn does get like super rowdy.
gets nuts.
Yeah. There's some really good times at Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I guess it's probably because like I mean like they can go see a national band like pretty not national but you know US wide touring band at Sky Bar whenever. Like Clemson, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you know Athens, like people get less rowdy at tailgates because they have a band every Thursday, Friday, Saturday for their parties. You know what I'm saying? In a certain way. But anyways, I don't want to get hung up on this too much. Let me keep moving on, you guys. When you guys start playing this frat stuff, or not frat stuff, fraternity, excuse me. When does it kind of elevate into like, all right, we need to really get moving and like go to these other cities?
Maybe when we played Clemson.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah?
We had like a basement show in Clemson and we just like
Basement.
yeah, and we were like well it was at like a fraternity house.
Yeah.
And it was like in their basement, like super sweaty, just
Love it.
like packed out. And
Yeah.
we were running our own sound too.
Yeah.
And after that show, there's like people on the stage just like freaking raging and
That's
like
Clemson for you.
yeah, just like
Shout out Parker Nielsen.
Dude, you guys know Parker?
Parker's the
You know
man.
Parker's my homie,
Parker's
bro.
the man.
I talked to Parker last night, bro. That's a guy. He's going to be so happy when he sees it. Salute to Parker.
Parker.
He is a homie,
This podcast
bro.
is for you.
This is for him. He's going to shit his pants when he sees it. Love that guy, man. He's nuts. Was
He
it
doesn't miss a
Clemson?
show.
Were you guys at Clemson Beta? What was it?
That first one was
AGR.
AGR. Okay,
and we have
sweet.
played Beta a couple times.
I love Beta. They're wonderful. That's
Beta.
hilarious. You guys know Parker of all people. He's freaking awesome, man. So you start playing, do the Clemson thing, and then how long? Like, where else do you guys start hitting? Is there like a certain circuit you get on?
Well, this is when
SEC
we this is when we were booking for ourselves.
Yeah.
So it was just like us, like cold calls, emails, like just seeing who would give us any time.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning, it was a lot of just like, hey guys, y'all got shows? Like Billy's making a lot of the calls.
Yeah.
I would just cold call people and
Word.
what are you doing October 20th? You want to throw a party? try to pitch them. And
Yeah.
most of the time would not work out. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
it did though. It was really SEC based
Gotcha.
at first.
Like Tuscaloosa, Athens,
Tuscaloosa,
stuff like that.
Athens came later. We tried here for a minute, and
Yeah.
actually, the first time we played here was last semester.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What venue?
It was at KA.
Oh,
So,
sweet,
yeah.
sweet. Well, you guys are up tremendously here at the Georgia Theater, man. That's one of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
we're
venues
really
in the
excited.
world. That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
no.
You guys are going to love it. You ever been in there?
No.
Beautiful room, man.
I've
It
just
sounds
seen
wonderful,
photos.
dude.
Yeah.
It photographs well. Is Garrett shooting y'all tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, W, bro.
No, yeah.
It
And
photographs really well.
I think they're filming too, maybe.
Oh,
some
sick,
stuff,
man.
So hopefully-
Sweet. I'm gonna have to try to come by.
Yeah.
When you guys so you start hitting like Tuscaloosa, maybe like Ole Miss, stuff like that, right? Is there like was it tough to plant roots in these other towns and like make fans, or was it like a lot of empty shows kind of stuff, or was it like you kind of already had enough people to come see you, or the Greek life provided them kind of thing?
It's kind of a mix.
Yeah?
Fraternity shows can win you over fans, and sometimes none at all. I mean, it's obviously great for money for a band our
you have
size,
to.
play
You have to.
fraternities.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting balance of trying to plan fraternity shows, plan our own shows in small rooms,
Yeah.
and then opening slots for bands such as the Vagabonds,
Yeah.
the Future
Mhm.
Birds.
Sweet.
Those are kind of the three shows we really went for at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
They kind of their different perks.
Was it? Yeah, they do, don't they? That's a really good breakdown of that. Was it tough? I guess because, like, I mean, obviously starting out, your first, I mean, got to be a bunch of shows where you've only got what 4 or 5 originals, right? Was that tough for the 3-hour sets? Was it like, all right, we're kind of
Oh yeah.
hung up in the cover bandy rounds, you know, which is tough but you have to get through it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Was that tough, or was that pretty easy for you guys to write a lot of tunes really quick?
We wrote a lot of tunes pretty quick,
fast.
actually.
Yeah. It used to take us a little longer than it does right now. Because
Uh-huh.
right now we'll take like a idea into the studio and like just like write on the spot,
Okay,
and just leave there with like recording that you can like kind of touch up later.
that's sick.
But then it was like we had 3 songs that we had recorded and put out, and then just the rest were covers,
Okay.
and then adding some stuff that we were writing along the way.
Yeah.
So we'd kind of do like we would write songs and then just play them live. And just
Okay.
be like, this is our song, and
Yeah.
then like eventually we put it out, and we still do that.
Interesting. Road testing them.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. It's fun. Interesting. So, okay, I guess I'm just trying to get the whole storyline here. When do you guys start working on the? You have 1 EP out or 2? It's just 1, right?
One EP.
Yeah.
World keeps spinning, right?
Yeah.
Word. When do you guys start working on this? Tell me the process on this. How did it go? Anybody write any special moments, writing the songs or anything?
We started in 2020
During COVID.
during
right?
COVID.
These are the 2 songs.
No,
Or 2 of them.
right after those
Right
two
after
songs.
that?
Right
Alright,
after
word.
those 2 songs.
Word.
I think the first song, so the title track, World Keeps Spinning,
I like that one. That was a good.
was
vibe.
actually started as this crazy song that me and Jackson started writing in like the 7th grade.
Oh,
Totally
wow.
different song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
You've heard V3 of that song. That's like the third
Okay.
version of it.
V3.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
V1
V3.
and 2 were completely different songs.
Okay.
too.
We have a V4, but I don't think.
Go
we
ahead and
can
drop
release it.
V1 and V2, bro. Let's hear it. Let's hear the 7th grade
I don't
cut.
know if you want to hear
We
V1
thought
and
about
V2.
doing an EP of All World Keeps Spinning.
Please do it.
With dates by it.
Remixes.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But the first song we actually wrote for the EP together was Muddy Pass, I guess, which Jackson was working out in Colorado,
Okay.
and the 3 of us came and road tripped and visited him,
Oh, sick.
and we camped out at Muddy Pass.
Oh, as
Yeah.
you
It's
did.
like a
Very
continental divide little
Yeah.
crossing.
Continental Divide is beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I bet
and
that was really cool.
wrote an acoustic song around the
Okay.
campfire, and it was as cliche as it
Nice.
sounds. It was
No,
amazing.
Sounds great, man. I like
Yeah,
that
it
one.
was
Do you guys
a
have a
fun
favorite track from the EP each? Anybody have a favorite one to play? Favorite one in general? Or you like them all?
I think Muddy Pass is my favorite song
Yeah?
from the EP. Not my
Word.
favorite to play, though.
What's your favorite to play?
World Keeps Spinning.
Yeah.
Nice.
World
World
Keeps
Keeps
Spinning.
Spinning.
Agreed?
Mhm.
Or Yes, Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, down here.
Yeah.
Who said yes, ma'am? Right here?
Yes, Ma'am, yeah.
Interesting. And how's the crowd response been to these songs? Presumably pretty good. People digging them?
Yeah,
Listen to them a
yeah.
lot?
Yeah, some places will be like singing the words and stuff.
Let's go.
Which feels,
That's hype.
that feels like
It's Parker?
so good. Oh, yeah.
Parker's the
Parker
man.
knows them all.
all
Parker's the
day.
man.
All day.
He owns the pit at Loose Change, bro. That's
Yeah, he
his.
does.
That's his.
He does. Oh, yeah. He should. Yeah, he needs to take that thing.
It took us a long time to get the EP out.
Okay.
I'd probably say 6 months too long.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say that too, because like we used every week of that improving it.
Well, that's good. I mean,
yeah.
that's not wasted time.
Yeah.
So there's a trade-off. Still took a long time. Like we actually entered the studio to record our newest album a week after we released the EP. We were just
On
like,
it.
let's get this behind us.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
While they're fresh. While
Mhm.
they're fresh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk more about that album in a second. When does that come out? Soon
Great
or
question.
TBD? TBD?
TBD.
Am I still in frame on this guy? I should make sure we're still recording. Sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
We have a single coming out next
Okay.
weekend.
What's it called?
Wichita.
Wichita.
Oh, yeah.
Going to Wichita.
Yeah.
What's the inspiration on this one?
Um,
That
Bill-
was
Where in the hell is Wichita at?
Kansas.
Kansas.
Okay.
We've never been.
Kansas.
So, you know,
Okay.
we started writing that when we were about to move in together and do the band thing full time. And
Okay.
it's kind of, I think, what spurred it. I think
Yeah.
a lot of it's about just taking that risk of doing music.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited to hear it. When does that come out again?
next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday.
Friday the 7th.
Yeah, you guys wrote this one together, or was it kind of a separate thing? What was the process on writing and recording it like?
I think all the songs kind of start off with somebody has a
Yeah.
small idea and brings it to the band, and then we flush it out full band.
Sweet. Has it been tough to like get you guys individual personalities across? Like maybe a song comes in that's like out of your forte or something. It's like tough to put your stamp on it individually, or has it just been like song serving, if that makes sense? Like you just do what the song needs, I guess.
It's a little both.
Yeah.
I
Both?
think. Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it's I think definitely they're like we have like a more like disco track on it.
That's the one that Wyatt showed me. I
Yeah,
remember him
yeah.
saying that. He's like very disco-y, and I was like, just hammered in a frat basement. I was like, yeah, dude, this is nice. Man. This is dope, you guys.
That's where that song hits the best. Hammered in a frat basement.
I was like, word, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one was like we'd never done a song like that.
Mm-mm.
And it was
When
kind
you
of
say disco-y, what do you mean? Like
it's like
Misuse Stones disco-y, or like
I think straight up disco.
Like
straight up disco?
Bee Gees.
like there's falsetto
What?
like Bee Gees. Yeah.
Oh, sick, dude. That's exciting. Yeah.
That was definitely I think out of all of our comfort zones. But
Yeah.
It was so much fun
it
recording
was
it though.
so
That's
fun.
exciting. Where do you
Yeah.
guys record at?
The Space in Charleston.
Space. I've never heard of it. Cool
yeah,
place.
it's with a producer named Wolfgang and
Okay.
like Easy Honey, they record there. And then like 87 Nights and the Stews have demoed there.
Preston
And so-
mentioned that they're making
yeah.
some demos in Charleston, so that's where it's a pretty
Yeah.
cool place, I guess.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good drive from Auburn, though, right? It's surprising you guys would ride down there, right?
Yeah. We just like we were just like Googling and like looking at some of our favorite songs, and
Yeah.
he did some of like Future Birds and
Sick.
some of Band of Horses and
Oh,
Susto, and so we were like, oh, we love all those guys,
Yeah.
and then we just went there, and it was like perfect fit.
Yeah, I hear there's something. They're always talking about Charleston, like something weird's happening down there with the music scene. I've never really
It's cool.
soaked it in. I've only done Uptown Social down there. You know that place?
No. What's that place like?
It's tough, man. It's tough, man. It's tough, man. But yeah, you guys done the Royal American?
Yeah.
How was
yeah.
that?
Yeah, we
Really
played there with
fun.
Hotel Fiction. and
Oh,
it was,
they're awesome.
It was like that was one of
And
the
Cannon.
most and Cannon.
Cannon's
yeah,
wonderful, yeah.
yeah.
I saw them
And-
all last night. They're cool.
Yeah.
Or night before, excuse me.
Yeah, no, we got to see him play
Yeah.
last night. They're so good. Hotel
Yeah.
Fiction's obviously so good.
Wonderful.
But yeah, that was like one of, and Andrew was there, the
Legend.
cameraman over here that y'all can't see.
Cannon was the first band I ever had on the show. He was
Oh,
like
really?
episode like 3 or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
Legend.
yeah. Dude, he shreds.
Yeah, man, he's a monster. He's a
Yeah,
monster.
so
He was
good.
going
Yeah.
crazy last night.
So what? All right, you guys are located half in Birmingham now, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? And then these two in Nashville, or sweet?
Yeah.
What brought you guys to Nashville? Just wanted to move out there or something?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
grew up in Nashville.
Oh,
so I
word.
was like moving back home.
Okay, gotcha.
Home city.
How much time are you guys spend on the road these days? Every weekend kind of thing, or
Every
Yeah.
weekend.
sweet Thursday through Saturday?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
And
though
sometimes
we live
Wednesday.
in different cities,
Yeah.
I spend
Wednesday.
more days out of the month with them
Gotcha.
than I do in my own house.
So you guys just meet up somewhere in the middle, or how does that work?
Birmingham or
Birmingham.
Nashville.
Word.
So we'll go practice for like one day before and
Yeah.
then leave like the next morning.
Sick. And I guess you guys are Atlas, right?
Yeah.
They do all the booking for you, the Washburns, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
How's that been for you guys? Been really well?
Dude.
game changer.
Fantastic.
Absolute game changer.
I'm jealous, man. That's awesome.
It's,
I hear
So
they're
much
wonderful.
better. Oh,
I've
yeah,
been
they're
trying to
awesome.
get them on the show. I've never met them, but I'm like, yeah, I'd love to talk about what you guys do.
I'd
It'd be
love
cool.
to hear that.
Yeah.
That'd be
I hope
cool.
that happens.
Yeah, if you see him, mention it. I've emailed him a few times, but he's a busy guy. Busy guys, yeah.
yeah, definitely. No, they're so locked in on like what
Yeah.
to do. Like
They seem to be really good at it. Like fucking all the bands on the roster. I'm like, damn, these are the bands that are killing it. It's like they don't really miss. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, what this whole little circuit of like, I guess 87 Nights, Easy Honey, Stews, you guys. I think Hotel Fiction's on there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A few others. I'm
Happy
like, damn.
Landing.
Happy
They've been
Landing,
doing
yeah,
really
I know
well.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they're hitting batting really well right now.
Dude,
So
and they're homies. Like,
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, super cool. Relaxed.
Interesting. So that changed the game for you guys when you guys stopped booking yourselves?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's tired of making phone calls.
That was a relief. Yeah, I mean, it was, towards the end, it was definitely all of us doing it. That was a big relief. We were not
Yeah.
nearly as successful at it as they are. So
Yeah, interesting. And what kind of like you guys have any favorite venues to play, or like any notable shows in your runs? Like I always like to hear about any kind of shows where it's just like notable, like the one that comes to mind when I ask you about shows. You know what I mean? That show.
Honestly, one of my favorites recently was Gasa Gasa in New Orleans.
Really?
Like it was our first time in New Orleans. I think
Yeah.
we sold 15 tickets.
Let's go.
Which, like,
That's
it was
good.
so- but the sound in that room was
Yeah.
so good. It
Uh-huh.
just felt like loud but warm, and
Okay.
like we just were relaxed and
Yeah.
having a good time.
Anybody else?
Mm.
Any shows come to mind?
I think my favorite show we've played is at Saturn.
Yeah.
We got a one of their show to get.
Royal American.
Royal American.
Royal-
That was a party.
Yeah.
It was
We had
such a
like
party.
we had the last spot after Hotel Fiction,
Okay.
but they were still like the headliner, so we had like the late night set.
Yeah.
We got on at like 11:30, and it was so loud in there, and we were just like, the stage is, I feel like, from this wall to you.
Oh, really?
It is tiny.
Really?
It might be like this corner kind of.
Yeah.
Or like,
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was a big place.
It's
No,
also
it's-
attached to the bar, so you're
Yeah.
playing, and the bartender can reach out and touch you.
Poor guy. Oh man.
Can we
yeah.
get some shots up here?
That's awesome, man. What are you guys' shows kind of like? I hope I can catch you guys tonight. I'm working a sound gig, but do you know what time you're playing at tonight?
I think 8.
8? Oh, that might work perfectly. What are you guys kind of shows like energy wise? Is it like a high energy thing? Like you guys are like really jumping around kind of thing? Or is it like you guys are all pretty still and just like working on the performance? Or like how would you describe your show to somebody who has not seen you, such as myself?
I think pretty high energy.
Yeah?
Yeah, very high energy. It's like good times music. It's
Yeah.
not like anything like metal or anything. Like,
Gotcha.
Not like that.
Like good vibes.
It's not
yeah,
metal.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not metal at all.
We
By
do
the
not
way.
play metal music, but no, we get really into it, and like, yeah, and it's just fun to kind of
Yeah. Do
engage.
you guys like you like taking songs places, or the arrangement's pretty the same? Like a lot of guitar solos or drum breakdowns, or what are you guys doing? You know what I mean?
We mix it up a ton.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
a song
Like
like
every
completely.
week.
Yeah,
Really?
we'll be like,
Yeah.
we should try this.
New
Yeah.
arrangement kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we've done like different vocal melodies before on
What?
stuff. Yeah,
Sick, man.
so
Change
Awesome.
the key.
yeah,
If
we've
you have
changed
to.
Damn, y'all know what
Yeah.
keys are? Holy hell! Y'all know what key the song's in?
We just know the
Fuck.
patterns and to move it up 2
What?
steps or move it down.
Capo.
But you keep the right pattern.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's in the key of Capo 4.
Exactly. No.
Well, that's awesome, man. I really hope I can catch y'all tonight. How have what's the name of the tour? Do you guys have a tour name right now, or what's the tour schedule been like? I'm trying to learn more about y'all's touring habits. I haven't seen a graphic or anything.
So we have one up.
Uh-huh.
It's just like fall tour.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much just all the weekends through December, and we're
Right.
adding some as we go. So we'll be like next week we're doing Jam for Cam.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Which
You
will
guys
be
ever seen videos of this damn thing?
No.
It's gonna be fucking huge. Oh,
Wait,
no,
really?
It's gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
ginormous. Like
Let's go.
in the thousands, like high 5,000s, maybe 8,000, something like that.
Can't wait.
It's gonna be nuts,
That's
dude. Like
pretty
I'm
exciting.
very surprised you guys got that bill. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was like, a little jealous. I was like, damn. I was like, I'm from here, you guys. Come on.
Yeah,
These
no.
motherfuckers are from Auburn, man.
Yeah, we saw the schedule and it's like y'all are going on at like 9:45. We're like, what? Like, I
it's
thought we
gonna
were
be-
playing at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, 9:45 is gonna be rowdy, bro. I hope you guys know it's gonna be like literally every Greek life person in Athens goes to this thing.
I think
so,
we're 8 o'clock. Like to be exact, I think it's
Yeah.
8 o'clock start time. but
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are excited about it. It's gonna be great, man.
Oh,
Can't
dude.
Good lineup
Fired
too.
up.
Good lineup
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Ripe.
Yeah,
Something,
yeah,
right?
that's it. Yep,
They're
yep.
dope.
Yeah, Wim Tapley's really good. I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys have heard of him. He's really good. Florida Man, I play with them. They're really cool. Yeah, you guys are gonna enjoy that. I think you guys should be stoked about this. Like,
Oh, dude.
I don't know how deep you guys are into the Athens Greek scene yet, but this is gonna break a new one for you guys.
This will be
yeah.
deep.
You guys are gonna be taking over after this, man. It's
Dude.
a very good exposure opportunity for the
Sweet.
tunes, man.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Where else you guys playing at? What else is on the list?
Yeah. We were talking about Proud Larry's tomorrow.
Okay.
Charleston next week with Vista Kicks. Vista Kicks.
I've heard of them. They're playing Georgia Theater too, I think. Where you
Okay.
guys at Royal American again?
Poorhouse.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That's the
Poorhouse.
sister venue to the place I was talking about, Uptown Social.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Poorhouse is better there. That's cool.
Yeah, we're so excited about that one. And then
Few shows with Mo Lauda and the Humble.
Oh, Loud and Humble. Never heard of them.
Going to Charlotte 2 weeks and the Dirty Govs.
The Dirty Govs.
Yeah.
I hear they're
Really
really
excited about
good.
that one.
I hear they're
That was one
incredible.
of Billy's cold calls.
Yeah. Was it? Dirty Govs?
Oh yeah.
The Vagabonds were, they were. I just would figure out how to get these people's number and just call them.
Yeah.
If you can get them on the phone, it's so much easier. Then they have to talk to you.
Yeah. And then what would you say? What would your breakdown be like? Yo, we're a new band.
wait,
I would just
pretend
make
you're
it-
on the phone with Billy trying to book a show.
Hello.
What's up, man? Who is this?
Sell me this pen.
Yeah.
No, I'll just give them a short, sweet, to the point. Hi,
Yeah.
we're from Auburn. We'd love to open for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear our songs? And then hopefully they'd say yes. Then I would
Sick.
call them back repeatedly until I hopefully
love
got a
that.
yes. So,
Got that hunger, man. Got that hunger.
wanted to play.
What venue are you guys doing with them?
The
Dirty Govs.
neighborhood theater.
Damn, sounds like a big one. Sounds like a big one.
Yeah, dude.
A little big loose change, man. Well, good for y'all, man. Y'all are killing it. How do you guys like the tour life? You like guys consider yourself a very live band or a very would rather be in the studio kind of entity?
That's hard.
Yeah. I've been just like loving the studio. I think we all four have. Just like the studio's just been incredible.
Yeah.
But every now, like, you just get those shows that you're like, this is what it's all about.
It's wonderful.
You know?
Yeah.
So
that's awesome, man. What kind of ratio have you guys got the covers down to at this point? Because I imagine you have, 10 songs out, something like that? 10 in the tank, probably, right? On the album and stuff?
So about, like, we'll consistently play, like, 15 of our own songs.
Awesome.
Or probably
That's
around.
a lot,
I mean,
man.
if we have, like, an hour set list and it's
Yeah.
our show, then we're playing our music.
All
But
original.
if we're at a fraternity and we got a little time to kill, then we'll bust out some of our
Sweet, man. Well, that's
songs
awesome.
that we're
15's a
having fun
lot,
with.
man. 15's a
Yeah.
lot.
We
Sounds
can
like
play for an hour and a half almost straight of originals.
that's
So,
sick, man. Good for y'all. Good for y'all.
feels good.
And is there been any lulls? Like, I mean, is it tough to like out of that 15? Like, is it tough to sell that to a fraternity? I guess you know what I mean. Or has it been like, oh man, maybe we need to give them a cover now, kind of thing? Or has it been?
That'd be a feeling thing.
Yeah.
That's like you start playing and you're like, oh, they're starting to like talk or whatever. So then you throw in a cover after that.
Get them,
like,
keep them hooked in a little
yeah,
while.
it's like a whole thing.
Also,
it's mostly just trying to make it fun for everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
you gotta be
ourselves.
aware, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it'd be harder to like sell ourselves as an original band going to
Mm-hmm.
fraternities, but the most part, it's like they want to hear our music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you kind of realize that, it kind of changes the game. It's like, oh, maybe
like
they,
this is best of both worlds now.
yeah, like
This
they'll
is
like
fun.
us if you just get out there and sell it, you know. Like deep down, they do kind of just want something new to hear. You
Yeah,
know?
people want
So,
something fresh.
Yeah, I agree. This is a big realization though, because at the start, it's like, man, they're not gonna like us if we don't
Exactly.
play this song. You know
It's
what
like
I
a
mean?
leap of faith.
Yeah, but once you do, it's like the best thing ever. That's how I kind of look up to the Stews, because it seems to me like they never really did the cover thing. I don't know they did a couple or whatever, but I'm always talking about after we play with them, I was like, those motherfuckers are good, bro.
They are so good.
I was like honestly
play.
a little sad for 2 days after we played it. I was like, they're so goddamn good. I was like, I've got shit to work on, bro.
Oh, they motivate us like
I
crazy.
know, dude. They're an inspiration, man. Everybody
Yeah.
in Statesboro knew their songs, and they only played there once, and they did like 400 pre-sales or some shit. I was like, these guys
that was
killing
when
it.
you went on stage for 9 to 5.
Yeah, I played 9 to
Dude,
5
that
with
was
them, dude.
so sick.
It was electric, bro. It
Yeah.
was like, I was like, dude, you guys, that was like the coolest, one of my coolest musical moments ever. Like, they fucking White had the gun, was spraying it. It was like an air gun. It was cool, man. It was nuts. But yeah. Anyways, is there any other bands you guys look up to other than them, kind of, or do you anybody in particular that you're like, oh, these guys are killing it. We should try to do something like that.
There's been a few. It kind of evolves. There's been a Parcels was at the very start of our
Parcels.
band. It was huge. That Jackson showed us them one day, and it was
Yeah.
like a whole new world.
They're
Parcels.
amazing. They're
I've never heard of
absolutely amazing.
Parcels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look up Live Volume 1 on YouTube.
Volume.
Like, you shouldn't even put it on TV and then just
Yeah.
like sit back and be like, oh wow, these guys. like,
gonna soak it in.
You'll be like, how did I not know about this
Yeah.
before?
Big YouTube show guy, so
Yeah.
I'll do that for sure,
Yeah.
man. Word.
They set the bar for like excellence.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just like playing wise or like show wise or
Everything.
They're probably the tightest band you'll hear in a while.
They're all like
Sick, man.
hot too. They're killing it. They have everything dialed in.
No,
And they're
it's
amazing. They don't miss notes.
Yeah.
wow. They've
and
got
they're-
it all. They've got it
They're
all.
wearing like leather pants. Then they're sick.
They're
sick.
Australian.
Yeah, they're just cool.
So they
Interesting.
started with like this like Daft Punk kind of vibe
Yeah.
going on, but they all like play the instruments live and sing like the 4 or 5 part harmonies.
Okay.
And then recently they've just been playing like EDM music
What?
with their instruments. So it's like the drummer's like like
Yeah.
and like they're just playing EDM. It's
Okay.
crazy.
That's hype, man. I'm about to give him a listen. I'm excited about that. Anybody else? Anybody locally, I guess? Like anybody on Atlas or anything like that? Or
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, most of them.
Definitely like the Vagabonds.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they-
I've never seen them, dude. I want to really bad.
Dude, they have such a tight show and
Yeah.
like they take it really seriously, like
Yeah.
with getting a good show going. They're awesome.
Word.
And they've given us such a like big opportunity in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it's like these dudes are just the man. Like
That's awesome.
I, like love those guys.
What was some big hurdles you guys kind of ran across? Because I'm sure there was some. It's like maybe anything in the first 3 years that sticks out where it was like, all right, we really struggled with this or that, or was it like finding a direction kind of thing, or was everything pretty smooth? I imagine there's got to be something. Anything come to mind?
Definitely.
A few
Oh
things.
yeah.
Yeah, what you got? Let's hash them out.
I had to learn how to write as a group. That was like
Harder than
that,
you
that was a
did.
big thing for me.
Yeah.
Like overcoming how to like just four creative minds coming together trying to do one thing.
Uh-huh.
I struggle with that. Like just how to appropriately give your input and actually giving everyone else's input a look.
Harder than you think. You know what I mean?
Way harder than I thought it would be.
Interesting.
But
Anybody
very
else?
rewarding.
Yes, when you can pull it off, it's the best, man. It's the best.
Booking.
Yeah,
That was a
obvious.
struggle.
That was a big one.
And
We had some dark months there.
we're pretty like there's not a band leader. Like we're all, it's just the four of us.
Okay.
And so I think initiative can be hard. Like all of us trying to, like Griffin will take care
He's
of it.
smiling
Or
down there.
like, or Robert will take care of it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get in a direction.
And so you guys are pretty much a democracy, I guess. Everything you guys vote on
Yeah.
stuff or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. That's tough sometimes, man. I'm surprised y'all pull it off.
Democracy.
is.
it is
four
hard,
people.
but
I'd say.
but like you were saying, it's rewarding when it works out.
When it works, it's wonderful. Yeah, I have a lot of bands on here. Not many of them pull off the democracy very well. There's usually 1 to 2 big hitters that are hidden. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So good for y'all, man. That's awesome. You guys ever get any big arguments, anything?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Wait, I'm trying to think like what.
Luckily, we're all like such good friends. Like I
Yeah.
grew up with 3 of them. And, like Griffin, like
Institutionalized.
So quick was like a best friend of mine.
Yeah.
And so we can argue well. I guess it's very constructive normally.
Gotcha.
There's exceptions, but it's like no one really takes it personally. I guess it's super nice. It's like, hey, that was a bad idea. Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
And like no one holds grudges either. Like even if we'd have a fight, like 5 minutes
Yeah.
later, we're cool about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
word. You kind of have to be to spend that much time in a vehicle together, you know?
That's
We've
true.
kind of fallen into our positions in the band a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Rob's the money guy, accounting major. Anything money wise, he handles. Jackson's like an accomplished graphic designer. So
Yeah.
you see any of our album art,
Accomplished.
posters,
Sick.
any of that, like
Yeah, I do.
all of our merch. Super,
Really?
talk about a very valuable asset to a band, it's a graphic designer. So having
That's huge. You'll
in
save
it.
yourself a
Very
fortune.
huge.
A fucking $1 million having a designer in the band,
no,
bro.
it's,
Good for
that's
you.
fun.
it's been a blessing.
Yeah,
So,
that's great, man. Wonderful. How about you down there? What you think? I feel like I'm not getting enough out of this young man down here. I want a little
Yeah.
more za, down there.
I mean, overcoming. I feel like the live sound was the biggest thing to overcome. I think.
Really?
Like, running our own sound.
Yeah.
Like just none of us had any like background in sound, and so just like first couple shows was just kind of a train wreck.
Yeah.
A lot of feedback, and I like hate feedback.
feedback.
Really?
Griffin has this like rage part of his mind that happens.
I wouldn't expect it out of him, man.
Like feedback happens and he's like,
It's like PTSD or something for me.
it
Yeah,
really he
okay.
like
Like, it
snaps.
irks every single bone in my body.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's wild.
So who ended up running sound? You guys do it together or something? Or bought a PA system kind of thing, right?
We never overcame that challenge completely.
Still
But
tonight.
Jackson got is pretty good at running sound though.
Okay. Okay.
You were too. I feel like y'all tag team majority of that.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I do like setup and he does like EQ.
Yeah.
Word. Okay. It's a tougher thing than you'd imagine. Not many people talk about it, but running your own sound sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks. It literally sucks. So are a lot of you guys gigs now, though, I guess with Atlas, like you're getting a lot of production provided kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
I
there'll
bet
still
that's
be
nice.
one that we have to run though, like every now and then.
You guys tour with the PA system?
When we have to run sound.
Gotcha.
So we don't have one with us.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed. Like to me, like I'm very much charging for whether I have to show up and set a whole PA up or just like walk into a venue and like set my guitar amp up. Like the amount of effort for those two things is like unbelievably different, you know?
Oh yeah. It is
So-
different shows almost.
Yeah, it is,
Like,
man. It is.
yeah.
Nothing like having a good stage too, man. I'm tired of playing these fraternity stages, man. They're all a little shaky, you know.
yeah.
The little frat rack things. What do they call them? The boards. You know what I'm talking about? They're like yay high, like just high enough.
And they're like this.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
tripping.
My mic stand is like at an angle, you know.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
leaning
Things-
sideways.
things
we
just
we
fall.
played a really big show in Auburn a
Yeah.
few weeks back. Had a huge stage, massive
Uh-huh.
production. It was so much fun.
Sweet.
And we had a opening band, and they're they played on that stage too, and they're
Yeah.
like, gosh, like this stage is awesome. Like normally we play on like patios and stuff. And we're like,
Yeah.
dude, we're we're playing on a patio next weekend. Like, we don't do this. This is not our normal production package.
You guys know who Andy Frasco is? You ever heard that name?
No. Yeah.
There's these quote he has, like, he like tours a lot. He's like a big touring entity. He's like, red rocks to parking lots, man. I'm like, that's like kind of exactly how it is, man. It's interesting. I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying, but like, we did a Clemson Mountain Weekend. We played on a tarp.
Oh, yeah.
We played on a tarp.
Mountain
It was
Weekend.
like, yes, it was good. That was good.
Those are so much fun.
They're so much fun. It was a good time. I forgot where I was going with this. Okay, running your own sound. So like, once you got, that was a big hurdle for you. Or you know what I mean? That, you had to get over the feedback, piercing the ears kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys going to be sounding nice tonight. I hope you know that. Does Vagabond tour with Sound Guy? You guys tour with Sound Guy? Nah.
We don't.
Oh, well, you guys are in for a treat, man. It's going to be nice tonight. I'm excited for y'all. I'm going to have to slide in there, man. I'm running sound for a band at Boar's Head, which is up the street tonight. But I might decommission that load-in time till 9 if I can do it. Yeah.
Come on, dude.
What was some other stuff? Like, I guess I'm just trying to figure out, like you guys figuring your way. Like, how do you guys feel about the current, like, trajectory of the band and, like, what you guys are doing? Is there any, like, discontent, like, oh, I'd really love to get past these kind of shows. I'd really love to do more of this. I'd really love to do more 45-minute sets or more fraternity stuff. I'd love to be more profitable. Like, what's the current status quo? Excuse me.
Right now, we're pretty focused on our album, like, because we're getting all of that mixed, like, right now, like, trying to just finish that up, and we just want to put that out, like, and start promoting that, like, on the road and stuff, because we play a lot of the songs, but it's like no one has anything to go, like, hold on to when they go home. So just having that, and thinking like when you say hold on, you mean like vinyl, like getting vinyls and stuff made, like making it.
It's just not out yet.
Or
gotcha,
like being able to, like, listen to it on the way home, like, oh, I found that song, like, you know, like, stuff like that. Because it gets good reception, but then there's just, like, nothing after that. So having that out is gonna be really awesome.
The medium, and this will be you guys' first album, right? Was it tough to come up with, how many songs is it? 10. Was it tough to come up with 10 songs that are, like, cohesive enough to be an album, or did you guys not even worry about that? Or
it was weirdly easy.
Easy?
Yeah, we got into the studio first 2 days, went pretty well. Then we hit that third day, and we probably done like 9-10 days total since then in the studio. Maybe like 2 weeks worth. But since then, it was like song idea, and then we got basically everything in that song figured out by the end of the day.
Sick.
I think the cohesiveness kind of came from the space that we recorded in. We called the space, but
the Charleston spot, right?
Yeah, and Wolfgang's so awesome to work with.
It's a cool name.
He's very good at setting the vibes and just getting us in there, and that room kind of spurred a lot of the songs themselves. So
I might have to look into this place. I've been looking for a new studio. I'm kind of excited. That's cool.
Oh
yeah,
highly
recommend. To be suggested. Yeah,
for sure.
Interesting. And you guys have like a whole, like, I imagine you have like some kind of, I guess this is the non-fun stuff, but like the release plan going, like the strategy and whatnot, the singles and all that kind of stuff, or nah?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah?
We do. It's like we're between the original plan we wanted to do was like 2 EPs.
Okay.
And then
a double EP.
Yeah, double EP.
It's just an album.
yeah. Just to have like all those releases on Spotify, because you got to kind of play to the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
But now we've kind of been thinking maybe just put out like 4-5 singles and then drop the album or something like that.
I like that number of singles. I think it's good because sometimes you put stuff out and like ones you really love that aren't singles. It's like, damn, I just wonder, if it had done better if you'd have dropped it as a single. Like, it gets that focus,
Yeah,
it's a very modern thing, I guess, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool that you guys made a full album. I mean, 10 songs. That's exciting. Not enough bands are making full albums that are cohesive and everything, so that's cool.
Yeah, we're stoked about it.
Was that like automatically on the to-do list? Like, we're gonna be an album band kind of thing, or? I mean, obviously you made the EP, of course, but like that's just you finding your way, right? Is it albums from here on out, probably?
We'll see how this does.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Hope so?
Yeah.
Definitely a feeling of like it's like a band should make an album. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
your medium.
Like at some point you got to make an album.
Yeah.
And then like because there's a lot of bands that'll like put out an album and then after that like might do just like singles and then just get and that's really cool.
Okay.
Like I know Okie Dokie. Like,
I've heard of them.
That band, they'll put out their whole album as singles, and just like kill it on Spotify and then drop the album. So it's kind of just figuring out ways to like
make it interesting,
work the system a little bit.
Yeah, because it's tough when you have like, I mean, how many songs do you guys think on the record could be singles? Like, how many do you guys feel that strongly about?
I mean, I like all the songs.
All 10?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Probably 7 realistically.
Like all 10 could be singles.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man, good for y'all, dude. That's exciting.
Yeah, even the ones that were, I think, unanimously like together on that's not going to be a single.
Yeah,
we've gotten people that are like, "Oh yeah, that's your single."
Really?
Like, oh, dang.
Shit.
That's
a good problem.
It feels really good.
That's a good problem to have, man. Well, it sounds like you guys aren't having any creativity issues. You know what I mean? Like you're cranking out songs and writing them in a single day in the studio. That seems to be very natural, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Suspiciously natural.
Suspiciously natural. That's a good album name.
we just were
Yeah, dude. Good band.
go.
we were just recording
true.
while we were hot, and I mean, right now we're done with writing for the album.
Okay.
I think it kind of dried up to some degree.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually dried up or
Yeah.
we just decided to cap it.
You just knew. Like I feel like your mind kind of.
We got 10 songs, and
Yeah.
it's just like a clean 10-song album.
Yeah. Interesting, man. That's exciting. Good for y'all, man. Because like, it's tough to come up with that many songs. That's a lot of music. Like, good for y'all to come up with that. How long do you think the runtime is? An hour? Every
No,
song,
it's still
30.
pretty short.
pretty short.
Like we have 3 songs that kind of run together, like the trilogy we were talking about.
Yeah, the medley.
But one of those is like a minute and a half.
Oh, really?
One of them's like 2 minutes.
I like that though.
Yeah,
because like,
I think it's going to be under. It's going to be like right at 30 minutes.
oh, sick.
So
Quick listen.
digestible.
Yeah, I think that's good, man. I think I guess maybe I'm thinking of jam bands, but like a lot of jam Southern rock bands have the tendency to drag these kind of things out. You know what I mean? Like a lot of 6.5ers and 7s. And to me, I've always hated that too, because like you wonder after, you're like, if that one's shorter, would it have done better? Or you know, like would people have liked that more? You know. And when you play it live, I really hate to be locked into 6.5 minutes, you know, if something's not working, if that makes sense.
I don't know if people have time to listen to like an hour-long debut album either.
That's a long
from
album.
Like
Yeah.
Supper Club from Auburn. You're like, I don't know who these guys are. An hour-long album?
Yeah, you start scrolling through those deep tracks. You're like, okay, guys, all right.
Do you guys have a favorite song from the album each? I guess this will age well when it comes out, but we'll just wonder about the titles for now. Favorite song? Or even top 3? Let's go top 2.
Probably the first part of the trilogy.
Okay. The first 2?
Yeah, the very first song on the trilogy.
Okay.
And maybe Alone in My Car.
Home in My Car?
Yeah.
Any disagreements with that? How we feeling on that? Pretty solid tracks?
Solid.
Those are
Okay.
solid.
How about right here?
I would say the second song on the trilogy
Okay.
is my favorite.
Good look for the trilogy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That or Now Party's Not Over. It's kind of the disco track.
Sounds disco.
I was pretty hesitant about that one at first, just because it's pretty out there for us.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see what that does.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Sweet. How about you?
Yeah, I think every song at some point has been my favorite song.
Varies.
Right now, part 3 of the trilogy, and we've all gone trilogy.
in here.
And our single coming out next week, Wichita.
Wichita.
Mhm.
Sweet. Good look for the
Part
trilogy.
4 of the trilogy. No, there's one we have called Shaman Blues.
Shaman Blues.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was
That's
like
awesome.
that was our first song that because we did some pre-production for like 3 of the songs with a friend in Auburn.
Yeah.
And named Harry Kane. He's a great producer.
Okay.
He like turned his house into like a studio, and we just
Sick.
recorded in there. And but it was our first song that we like all got like locked in, where we were like, okay, this is how Supper Club sounds.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was like a turning point. And
Yeah.
I think just playing that song, you can just feel like,
It just has a certain thing.
just a certain
You guys
thing.
have you've been playing the whole album live, I imagine, right?
Oh,
Yes.
You guys have a favorite one to play live off the album each? I like these kind of questions just because I'll be able to listen to the album later and be like, okay, that makes sense, you know.
Trilogy.
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 That's so much
Down
fun.
there, he's thinking still.
Trilogy's fun.
Trilogy's high. It's high.
I think Shaman Blues.
Yeah?
Yeah,
There's
it's
like an opening.
Okay.
Because we originally recorded like a lot longer.
Yeah.
And then we recorded everything with Wolfgang in Charleston. And then we met this guy in Nashville.
Okay.
This like old dude, like in the industry long time.
Yeah.
re-recorded everything with them. Like
Okay.
7 songs in like 3 days.
Word.
And then ended up like not going in that direction. But he cut down some of our songs.
Okay, arrangement wise.
Yeah, just like kind of gave pointers like maybe we should make it like not as long.
Yeah.
And so then we went back to Charleston, like kind of reworked some of them. And so now Shaman Blues used to be like kind of slower intro, but now it has this like super cool riff at the beginning.
Yeah.
And coming out with that riff just feels good.
Sweet. I'll take that answer any day. Sweet. I can't wait to hear this. You guys might have to drop me the private SoundCloud link.
Absolutely.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it really bad.
We can listen to it after this.
I will
I
say
would love
for
to.
future listeners, we've been talking about the trilogy a lot. That's not going to be the name if you're trying to find it.
All this is
we
going
don't
to
have
make
it
no
named yet.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
put it in the comments.
Please drop your trilogy name. Is it one or is it 3?
It's 3.
So it's
songs.
3, right? But they're not all one track. Is that what you're saying?
It'll be
right. It'll be
3 separate tracks.
Yeah,
okay,
but they just
sweet.
like flow into each other.
Yeah.
In the Trilogy live, we started doing this thing where like I'll be on bongos. He has like a beer bottle and he has a tambourine, and we're doing this whole like drum thing.
Percussion.
Yeah, just like
Tribal.
it's tribal drums.
percussion break.
And that was one of those things where we were like, what are we doing? But,
Yeah.
like this is fun.
I'm excited to hear this, man. I want to take a quick second. I haven't thanked my sponsor yet, have I? I forgot,
I
man.
don't think so.
It's getting late in the
hear
episode. Oh, we're 66 minutes in. Good Lord. I want to thank our sponsor today, Clark's Collective. Wonderful bar in downtown Athens. You guys ever been there? Ever heard of it? It's next to the Jordan Theater, so you'll see it tonight. It's a wonderful place. They've been having a lot of bands. They've got a little corner where they have bands, and they've literally like rebranded themselves from just a bar to like they're having bands like every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which I love.
Yeah.
And any bands trying to get in there, give me a text or a DM on Instagram, and we'll get you in there. Shout out Clark's Collective. So yeah, moving along, let's kind of get into the closing notes kind of thing. We're an hour 10 in this guy almost. Where do you guys kind of hope to be in the next year or so? Like, is there like a game plan? Like, we'd love to be doing this in the next year, or is it just like you guys are really rolling with the punches kind of thing? Like, what this time next year? What would you be disappointed if you weren't at? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe like places you're playing, like having the album out, that kind of stuff. Big question, I know.
Definitely be disappointed if the album was not out.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Absolutely heartbroken.
Very disappointed. Yeah.
That's been the main thing is like, let's just finish this album and make it perfect.
But
then
then roll with the punches from there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Let the
next
work-
year depends on how well this fall tour ends up going and how well the album does. I think that's going to determine what kind of shows we play, how many shows we play,
Okay.
that kind of stuff in the future. I think a lot relies on this album and promoting the album and putting it out. So
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And just
Agreed.
like seeing like different markets having like ticket sales and meeting new people and yeah, it's just a lot of fun to play for people. And that's like just being able to do that at like our like full capacity is.
When you say different markets, is there anywhere in particular you're focused on?
I mean, I'd like to get out to Colorado, like
Yeah.
Texas, and maybe like West
That's it.
Coast at some point.
Yeah.
Would be
So you guys are like
The
hammering
dream.
to like SEC, ACC right now, right? Kind of.
yeah.
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 Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of tough though, because like, I mean, obviously you guys know it's like if I went to New Orleans, I wouldn't do 15 tickets. You know what I mean? I don't know, soul up there. It's like, how do you do that without? I mean, I guess you got to get on the bill of other bands, I guess, right? But you got to have enough clout to do such. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So has that been a struggle finding other bands to play with, or not?
Yeah,
A little bit.
sometimes.
It's always when you're going to a new place, just knowing who to get, and like what the best direction is. But it's the best meeting those local openers, like at those shows, and like they'll be playing like amazing music, and we just get to be like, oh, these dudes are awesome.
Sick. Yeah. You guys have a favorite band you played with?
That's tough.
That's tough, man.
Will Rosner in New Orleans was really good. Will Rosner. I mean, like we hadn't heard of him at all, but he kind of has like a grungy, like
Vibe?
indie grungy vibe. But they
Anybody
were
else got any favorites?
One of the wildest bills that we've ever been on in terms of just very different bands. We put it the Nick one night.
The Nick.
Nick.
Legendary
That's a
venue.
place. That's a place.
Legendary
Oh
venue.
yeah, that's definitely the best.
And we played. Well, Rob's really followed them a good bit. You could probably touch more on them than I.
Well, we
could.
just got on this bill with like 2 Brooklyn bands. One was indie rock, punk rock, Strokesy.
Okay.
Then the other one was like this post-punk, I don't know, like noise rock band called Catcher.
Catcher.
But Catcher and Ben Stellar, and both of them have like really blown up since we played with them. But it was just a really random bill. Yeah. But it was super fun.
It was good. How was the Nick? How many tickets you guys do? I've done some low ticket sales at the Nick. I've struggled at the Nick a time or two. It's a rite of
I
passage.
have no idea how many tickets we sold there.
It was fun.
I think we split like $90.
Yes. Iconic, man. Iconic.
Yeah. We got a hot dog outside.
Let's go. Hey, that catering's good, man.
So good.
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty
In
good.
your
Pretty
face.
good.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That's awesome. Preston told me to ask you guys something. I was talking to him. He told me to tell you guys hello as well.
Hello, Preston.
He said from the whole band, actually. He
Hello,
said oddest
Stews.
experience with another band they have played with. Oddest experience with another band you played with.
Is he alluding to something we've done with them?
That's what I wondered. That's what I wondered.
No.
We played with this band of Stews, and they were fucking weirdos,
They're
man.
so weird, dude. Oh.
Anything come to mind?
Mm,
Deep thought.
that is an interesting. It's a great question, Preston.
Good user entry there.
I'm like scanning all the shows.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we've done with them. That.
What about the Druid City Social when we were going to play with that crazy psych rock band? Okay, so we booked through. Have you heard of, what is it called? Fanflex?
Bandflex, no.
Was that Fanflex?
Was it
Yeah,
Rep?
that was Fanflex. That was Fanflex.
Not Repsy.
It was fantastic.
It was Fanflex.
Yeah.
So-
Booking agency?
Back in the day when we were like doing everything ourselves and had no idea what we were doing, we got contacted by this like random booking company from California called Fanflex.
Interesting.
I feel like they're out of business now. It was really
They're no
bad
longer with
business. Yeah,
They're
they
gonna sue us.
would just like put random bills together in really random markets like Ozark, Alabama,
Okay.
having no idea what the bands were or the venue.
Yeah.
And they put us in this. They're actually a really cool band. I can't remember their name though, but they were really heavy psych rock.
Okay.
And
It was borderline metal.
yeah, but
It was metal.
Good matchup.
but Druid City Social in Tuscaloosa,
right? Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, we have no idea what this company is that put this band together, and like they won't answer our phone calls, but y'all make sure y'all know that this other band is not playing with y'all tonight." And we're like, "Okay,
Sweet. Whatever.
yeah, we'll do whatever."
Yeah.
That was yeah.
And then they showed up or what?
No,
We ended up not telling them. We were like, hey, we don't want to tell this band not to show up because we want to listen to them play because they have cool music in our opinion. And you know, I get why maybe a venue owner at a college bar might
Would not
want
want
that kind of music. But
Druid Social too.
yeah, so we're like, you're gonna have to tell them. We're not telling them that. So, we'd love to play with them at some point, but
in the future, we'll put it together eventually.
yeah. But
How was that place? I talked to that guy this week because I've done the booth a lot. You guys done the booth?
So
You did the booth?
we did it during the summer on a weird night.
Yeah.
And it was pretty empty to say the least.
Yeah.
But I've heard from locals, such as our cameraman here, that you
Is it
can actually throw
Tuscaloosa?
together a pretty good show there. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
from Tuscaloosa?
I went to school there, yeah.
Oh, word. Go Tide, baby. Love it.
They were a good bar. They with the local bands that always like really looked after the local scene there.
Yeah.
Took care. I feel like it was hard for bands from out of town, but
It's kind of a weird spot. Tuscaloosa's a little weird to me. I can't really figure it out. Like I
Yeah,
used to do.
yeah,
Do you remember
me too.
Grocery Brew Pub? Do you know what I'm talking about? We used to do the shit out of that place. I kind of like that stage, but the money was awful, bro. It was a good time though.
Dude.
The same with the booth. It's like a little tiny stage, but I don't hate playing there. It's not bad.
They had like the
Yeah.
football game on while we were playing.
Oh yeah, the screen behind us. Yeah,
Damn.
I was like, bro, like at least put my logo up there. Or something.
Yeah. Like, turn
Like, are
this
you guys
off.
even looking at me? People are like looking like this up at you.
You're like,
It's
yeah,
bro.
they're looking, and then they're like, oh, and you're like,
But this
not
week
for
I
me.
was talking to the guy that books the booth who also books Druid City, and he's like, man, let's try you guys over at Druid City for a change. And I was like, word. And then I saw like Preston's videos of them playing Druid Music Hall. I was like, dude, Druid looks lit as fuck. I was like, this place is huge, bro. And they got a nice stage. I was like, this place is nuts. And then I was like, that's not the same place. I was like,
it.
"Look, that's definitely not it.
yeah. Druid City Social has a big stage though. It's just
Do they?
like whether anyone comes out there.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, it's like pretty big.
Interesting. What is it? I mean, what's like the closest city you guys have played that compares to Auburn? Because I've never done Auburn. I'm doing 17-16 in November. I'm excited about that.
Okay, awesome.
But I'm trying to like figure it out. Kind of. It's kind of weird.
Closest to Auburn.
I mean, is it like Tuscaloosa or no?
the city itself is like Clemson. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. Smaller,
similar,
different vibe, but
different vibe.
Pretty comparable.
Interesting. You guys like playing 1760? Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's the outdoor, the new outdoor.
The patio thing
is so sick. We've played a few shows inside, which the inside is super fun.
Yeah,
but it's like one of those 3-hour gig places.
Yeah, for sure.
Where just like you're hitting like 30-minute jams by the end of it, like that kind of vibe, which is super fun. But the outdoors, like that's the spot.
Okay,
it's like,
sweet. I think that's what I'm doing. It's like a Wednesday though, which I thought was kind of weird. It's like Wednesday's a thing here.
Yeah.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, I think we played Wednesday.
Yeah?
Well, Wednesdays.
Thursday maybe.
Yeah, interesting. How about Southeastern? You guys ever do there?
Yeah,
we have. Stage is nice though. Sound in there is kind of weird.
That's what everybody says.
Metal ceilings. It's
like
echoey.
a tin can room.
Very, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, sweet. What would you? Well, I guess let's get the closing notes here. I'm trying to kind of bring it around to a point, but what do you guys? How do I want to ask this? Where do you guys kind of hope that the album does for you? Do you hope it just like gets you better bills, more fans, kind of stuff, or like what would the album for you to consider it a success? What would it be? I mean, obviously, it's a success. You already recorded it. That's half the battle, But like, what do you hope for it? I guess.
Yeah, I guess elevate the shows we're playing.
Okay, as in like people knowing the songs, kind of stuff, or
that would be
huge.
Be great.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Legitimizes a band, I guess, a little bit when you put out an album.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hopeful that happens, which helps just get better shows. That would be
huge.
Yeah, that's me. I think we maybe all have different personal goals for it. But.
Anybody else?
I feel like just like we've put so much effort into this album, and just like just long hours in the studio of us like really listening to each other play and getting the right take too.
Yeah.
That it's like I kind of hope just like the people that listening kind of feel that too. Because right now there's no way to tell if like the feeling in the studio is going to convey through Spotify. So it's like
interesting.
Like I really hope it does. Like that's kind of the goal. It's just like
that's a good answer.
We had a ton of
clip
fun.
that. That's a good clip. Good clip. Anybody else?
I mean, we had a ton of fun making it. We hope people have fun listening to it.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited to hear it, man. I'm happy for you guys. I want to do like a few like random questions, and we'll get out of here, you guys. It's been 78 minutes, so that's how you know it's a good episode. If it goes an hour 20, you're doing pretty good. Let me think. If you guys could play with any band current of any size and any band past of any size, what would your two be? I mean, like, it could be anybody. It could be fucking Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? Any band still active, and then a band that's not active.
I feel bad playing before Led Zeppelin.
Tough bill.
Yeah. That's a great question.
Excellent.
I'll give you guys time to ponder upon it.
I would love to play with My Morning Jacket. That's like one of my favorite bands of all time. Yeah. And I feel like our sound
could work
from them a little bit, or at least I know mine does.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a
great
decent
answer.
fit.
Great answer. And they're still going, right? They're touring. Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. They just got off a massive tour. So
current. Love it. Love it. Anybody else? Got some favorites?
I'm trying to think some old ones. Maybe like the Stones.
That'd be sick, man.
That'd be like
Stones in the Peak?
Yeah, just
like 78 or something?
Yeah, we do so much better than them.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, we gotta go hard.
Stones would be cool.
Stones would be very cool.
We've been watching a lot of old Stones live videos recently, like in the van.
Yeah.
And those dudes are just
monsters, bro.
Electric.
Yeah.
Griffin loves the Stones.
Yeah. I like watching their Madison Square Garden ones. Like the one where they think's a bad show. I really like that one. I feel like they did it right. Yeah, it's like geeking. Yeah. They have a really great documentary. You ever seen Crossfire Hurricane, the documentary?
No.
Ever seen that? Essential watch. You should check out. Great documentary.
Is that the first line of...
I was born.
Okay, yeah. I heard that.
Yeah. We've been playing that one recently.
That's a great song.
So much fun.
That's a fun song to play,
so
dude.
much fun.
It's all right. In fact, it's all right, anybody else got any answers? I feel like you're plotting down there. What you got?
I'm thinking maybe Wilco for like current band still touring.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And maybe the band for like historic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reasons? Love that. Love that. Who are we missing answers from? These two guys? You guys still thinking? Well, no, you said the Stones.
I'm thinking current.
Who's your current?
I'll say Parcels for current. I think
really?
our mindset for that and how nervous we would be like off the charts.
Freaking out.
It'd be like a week-long panic attack.
We would be practicing.
I think I'll try to back out. I'd be like, I'm sick. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm
some
gonna have to listen.
self-sabotage going on.
Yeah. It's essential for a good set.
or like Tame Impala. Or
That'd
something.
be
yeah.
sick. That would be really cool. Yeah.
Like, they're the sickest.
They're
That would be wicked. Their like visuals are
Oh my-
crazy, bro. Their shows,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that them with the crazy
Mhm.
Yeah,
spacey thing?
They have
about
that
them?
like spinning light.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
They're like just the coolest band.
Well, good answers, fellas. It's a pleasure having y'all on, man. Really appreciate y'all. Do you guys
Thank
have anything
you.
you want to tell the camera? Any closing notes, like maybe your Instagrams and what to follow and all that shit, or what they should be expecting in the singles, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, follow at Supper Club Music on Instagram.
Wichita next week,
Let's go.
October 7th,
Let's go. This will be coming out.
which
near
we
then.
will be in Athens that day too, October 7th.
Jam for Cam. Get your tickets.
Yeah.
And then also,
Okay.
I think I can say this on here.
I think we can.
Think so.
We will be back at the Georgia Theater October 20th.
With who?
With us.
Kind-Hearted Strangers.
What? You guys are headlining?
Headlining.
Thank
We got
you.
this morning and we're like, all right, yeah,
Sick.
for sure.
October 20th. Sweet.
October
Come out.
20th.
Sweet, man.
And
That's
check out,
awesome.
Don't make us look stupid. Come out.
And on our
Pack that
Instagram, you'll
shit
find
out.
our fall tour. So
Yeah.
check out our full fall tour.
Tickets
Come
in
see
the
us.
bio kind of stuff.
Tickets in bio.
Sweet. Keep your eyes peeled for that record. Sweet, man.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
thank
y'all.
you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you
We
for
were
having
told
us.
last
Thank you,
night
man.
they were like, "You're not in the Athens scene unless you do the pod." So we
Really?
were
They
like-
said that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear, man. I think it's a little true. You guys are episode literally like 100 something. So good for y'all, man.
Dude,
good for y'all.
that's work.
I'm excited. I've been looking forward to having y'all, man. I talked about it with Press and them a lot. They're like, yeah, you definitely need to get them.
Yeah,
So
hell yeah.
appreciate y'all carving me out some time to come by for a little while.
Totally.
Thanks to everybody for listening. If you made it 82 minutes in, thank you very much. Follow the podcast on
Parker.
YouTube.
Thanks, Parker.
Parker, we love you, man. We love you. follow the podcast, subscribe on YouTube, all that shit. Let's give him a wave so we have a thumbnail, all right, for the camera. Smile. Nice. All right, thank you so much. See y'all later. Bye.
Sister